Alright guys, welcome back to Underground Science, and in this video we'll be looking at the basic overview and the basic structure of a MHC-II complex, also known as the Major Histocompatibility Complex Type 2. Alright, so let's go and get started. So just like our MHC type 1 complex, we had 4 different protein complexes making up that structure, right? So it's the same for this one. So we, instead of having 3 alpha chains, or not chains, I should just 3 regular protein complexes and 1 beta 2 protein complex, instead we have 2 of each. Okay, so we're going to see an alpha 1, alpha 2, and a beta 1, beta 2 protein complex. So it's going to be our alpha 1, and we're going to have our alpha 2, right, and our beta 1 and beta 2. So we're going to have our alpha 2 on the one that I'm coloring in right now. Alright, so it's going to be our alpha 2. So I guess this is good enough, right? So it's going to be our alpha 2, and then our beta 1 and beta 2 is going to be on this side, alright? So it doesn't really matter on which side, because we're just trying to get the concept down here, right? So just to know the basic structure of a MHC-II complex, right? Present on some of our white blood cells, our plasma membranes. So we're just trying to get the concept down. We have two alpha protein complexes and 2 beta protein complexes. All right, so it's going to be our beta 1, and then this, as you guys guess, is going to be our beta 2. All right, so let's go ahead and just to save time, let's just finish just like that and say this is our beta 2. All right, so it's our beta 2. And so that's the basic structure of our MHC type 2. And if you remember, right, on an MHC type 2, we have an antigen. So let's say this is our antigen that we're presenting, right? Let's say this is a dendritic cell or something. It's presenting an antigen, all right, on its surface, on the MHC-II surface, all right? And then again, as we know from our previous videos, we'll have many interactions going on between T cells and macrophages and B lymphocytes and memory B lymphocytes, memory T helper cells, right? All that. So let's say this is our antigen. Okay, so we have a good view of our MHC type 2. So pretty much our things that are associated with our MHC type 2 are white blood cells that have MHC type 2 complexes on them. And some examples that we know, right? Let's just take some general examples so we can refresh our memory, right? Like B lymphocytes, for example. So if we have a B lymphocyte here, we know along with its several thousands of its actually we said it was 9 to 10,000 about, right? 9 to 10,500 antibodies, membrane-bound antibodies. Along with that, we know that our B cells have MHC type 2 complexes on it. Right, so we have MHC type 2 complexes on it, and we have MHC type 1 complexes on it because our B cells are nucleated. Okay, so we have MHC type 2 complexes on it, and because this video is for MHC type 2, let's just go and focus on that for now. But know that we have MHC type 1 complexes on our B lymphocyte also. So this is our B lymphocyte. All right. And so here we know that MHC-II complexes are mostly used for antigen presentation. All right. Antigen presentation among white blood cells, or some white blood cells that are professional antigen presenting cells, like our B lymphocyte, like our macrophage, right? We have a macrophage, and also like our dendritic cells, and also what I think of as a Langerhans cell, right? A Langerhans cell is pretty much a specialized dendritic cell that is mostly present in your epidermis of your skin, all right? And we'll look at the skin and its layers and the physiology in a future skin playlist, all right? In a future video. And so any antigen presenting cell will have MHC type 2 protein complex on it because that's what it needs in order to present its antigen to a helper T cell, right? So a helper T cell can actually come along here, as we recall from our future videos, with its T cell receptor, right? So let's say it's our helper T cell, and with its CD4 glycoprotein, right? So with its with its T cell receptor and its CD4 glycoprotein. All right, so MHC-II complex is really good for the interaction between a helper T cell and a B lymphocyte, or a helper T cell and a macrophage, right? Or a helper T cell and a dendritic cell, So and we even saw interaction between macrophages, right? Involving interleukin-1, the activation helper T cells the helper T cells then go and find B lymphocytes, right? We see release of lymphokines from helper T cells, release of cytokines from B lymphocytes, helps the proliferation of helper T cells and B lymphocytes into things like memory B cells and effector B cells. Same thing for helper T cells, memory helper T cells, effector helper T cells, right? So as we can see, and from our previous videos that we talk a lot about MHC type 2 complexes. We saw the basic structure in this video of a MHC-II complex, and we also refreshed our memory on useful things that our MHC-II complex provides for us, right? And we also saw many examples in our previous videos for our immune system of how important our MHC-II complexes are. All right, so this is all pretty much all I wanted to get through in this video. I hope this video made sense to you guys. I hope to see you guys in my future videos where I'll talk about more cool topics about biochem, physics, and chem. See you guys later, and oh yeah, make sure to tune into my future videos by hitting that notification bell, and make sure to like and subscribe, and then stay safe.